Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Whoa.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Whoa.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Right and wrong.
Ooh, welcome to Right and Wrong. This is the show where we try to wake up the woke by talking common sense about the issues of the day. I'm your host, Brian Ruka, and with me as always over there is my man, producer Juice. He is the gravy to my turkey, the ice cream to my apple pie, and the egg to my nog, ladies and gentlemen. Truth Box, you got anything to say to the people out there in the Right and Wrong audience today?
No, but I'm honored by the nog and the gravy. Appreciate
Love it. Gotta get ready for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours.
Love it. Well, I just wanted to.
Nog. Okay.
There we are. Egging my nog right there. I love it. Well, it's been a while for us, and I'm excited to get back into the studio with you, my friend. Ready to rock and roll. This stuff is some of the most fun I've had in a while. So thankful to be able to do this, and that there's still about 5 to 10 people tuning in and listening to us whenever we decide to produce an episode. So very thankful for that. If you guys have followed the show from the early beginning, you do know that I have bounced around and moved quite a bit since we started the show. I went from Boston to South Carolina, and now to the Cape Cod, and now to Situate, Massachusetts, a little coastal town south of the city. So been a lot of moving over the last year plus. So new internet. Yep, got it. Whoo, great. So I'm glad to be here.
Hold on. What? That was not just on my side?
No, I blacked out there for a sec. We good?
The coastal, yeah, we're good now, but it was a while. The coastal town
stuff
with the bad internet.
With a bad internet feed.
What was that place you worked for a bit?
Oh,
there?
Spectrum.
Spectrums?
We're not on the Spectrum up here in the Northeast. So, as I was saying, what better way to get involved in your new community than by, diving headfirst into your church community? I know you've done that down in Georgia where you are, and I'm trying to do the same thing here. So, one of the things that I started was a men's Bible study. We're meeting every other week and hammering out the gospel according to Mark. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun, good group of guys. And it's it's a cool thing to do. It's a nice way to meet people and to develop my faith a little bit more. And one of the key takeaways so far for me has been how that people back in Jesus's time, the people that he was preaching to, they really knew their scripture. They were like on it. So when he makes references, when he talks about specific things, the crowd that he's talking to, a lot of them like understood it. They got it. They saw where he was coming from, and they were able to make the connections he was making back to the Old Testament. I'll be the first to admit I am not there when it comes to that. I, learned some things as we've gone, and you're like, oh, wow, that's amazing. And it is a time that we live in now where we have so many other distractions. If you think about people that lived centuries ago, they didn't have iPhones and internet connection issues like we do. They didn't have TVs. They didn't have, sporting events that we have. They didn't have movies. They didn't have any of that. So this is what they did. They lived their life enough to survive. They prayed and they gathered together with the people that they love. And we have so many other things that are thrown at us, and that's the devil's playground right there. forces, or it doesn't force us, but it enables us to not be as well versed as the people back then. So one of the things that really has gotten me with that is the connection to the scripture, but then also how, as different as things are nowadays, human nature is still the same though. So the Pharisees of those times, the people that, were hating on Jesus, they were hating because they were jealous of him, because they didn't understand him, because he wasn't what they expected him to be. And how many of us, lose a loved one, or lose your job, or don't get everything you thought you were going to get in this life, and use that as a way to curse God, or say like, see, God doesn't exist. Why would he let something like this happen?
Oh, I can think of somebody.
Who, Megan?
Rapino.
Rapino. Yeah. Tear your Achilles and it's God's fault, of course. So it's easy to do. And I find myself at times, like, I hate to admit it, but relating a little bit to the Pharisees of the time, because like I said, I think, that's human nature. And I think we've all been there before, where you might be jealous of somebody, you might be jealous of a coworker who's succeeding more than you. You might, whatever, just envy the things that other people have that you don't have. So I just think that, as different as things were back then, they're really not that different nowadays. And the last kind of point I wanted to touch on with that is, by no means am I trying to compare the new Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, to Jesus Christ, because obviously he's not. But I couldn't help but think of that a little bit too, where it's like, okay, he's a new person in a leadership position, and he is unashamed about talking about his faith, living out his faith, and being proud of it, not, shying away from it at all. And he's been vilified for it, if that's even a word. It's the first thing they want to attack on the mainstream media. He's the butt of jokes on late night TV, because that, again, is the devil at work. They want to do anything they can to diminish religion, faith, and it's because they don't understand it. They mock it, and they don't have anything that they actually believe in. So when someone does believe in something and expresses that, and expresses it with confidence, it scares them, and they should be scared, because he seems to have a good head on his shoulder. And
what's his name again? Johnson?
Yeah, Mike Johnson.
Yeah, he can, I'm sure, rattle off scripture. He can also rattle off American history. You heard him on when he was like, someone asked him about the church and separation of church and state thing. And
great.
You heard that?
It was awesome.
Boom, boom, boom. Like the thing that you love about John Adams, for religious people. He had, other things.
Yeah, he was ready for it.
Rattling it off.
Mm-hmm. And it's so true, because that is one of the things you hear all the time, is the separation of church and state. And I've struggled myself to try to push back against it, because I know exactly what he said, and I know that, but it's hard to put it as eloquent as he did at times when you're in the moment on something, and to hear him say that and do that. I don't know. I forget who it was.
We could have had a clip. You didn't tell me to prepare that.
I know. I should have.
The clip of that.
We're rusty. It's been a couple of weeks. What do you want from me? So anyways, that's kind of my story. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about, and just to, tie a bow on it.
What's the name? Like you're doing the, I was dying when you told me this. You're doing the Bible study, blah, blah, blah. But what's the other group that you did one night there? Or a couple nights?
Oh yeah. That was Holy Smokes.
Group. Yeah.
Holy smokes. The men's group meets, and you all bring a cigar, and the priest, Father Matthew, he's great. Told me that he owns a couple of leftist tears tumblers from the Daily Wire, so he likes the same stuff me and you like to listen to. He's heard the cast once or twice here, so hopefully he tunes in and hears this one. We'll give him a little shout out. But Holy Smokes is the group that meets and smoke a cigar, have an adult beverage with the fellas, and just talk shop. Doesn't even have to be religious. Talk whatever, and just like-minded individuals. Again, it's another reason why I like this community I'm in. Things to do, and it's a good way to meet people and just know your neighbors and know the other people that are in the community with you. That's what it's all about. So that was great. But yeah, the name of that group, Holy Smokes, cracked me up. We're gonna get those Michael Knowles Mayflower cigars for the next one if they ever get off a back order. So
yeah, dusk and dawn.
Absolutely. So with that being said, I think it might be that time in the show, 11 minutes in, where we get to welcome in our good old friend, Mr. Ric Flair, because you know what? It's showtime, baby. Woo!
Showtime! Woo! Woo!
I love it. Love it. So one of the big stories that I wanted to get to, it's been on the radar for a while. I just wasn't sure when I wanted to get into it or not, but I guess what better time than now with a few ballot measures that passed a couple of weeks ago, and it's about abortion, and this is always going to be an issue. It's always going to be a topic we could talk about. We could probably do a segment on abortion every week if we really wanted to, but I do want to try to mix it up a little bit from time to time. But this one could be the most important thing to me out of all the things we talk about. And the specific story that I want to touch on is Alabama, right? Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville. And right, Juice, it's Bama, not Arkansas, right?
Dude, I thought Mitt Romney was John Kerry. So
I like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Sorry, we'll put it in the comments if I messed up.
Put it in the notes.
But Tommy Tuberville
is it not
has
Tuberville?
Tuber.
Is that not it? It's Tuber.
I always thought Tuber, but again, we'll put that one in the comments too, phonetically.
Yeah. Long you.
So he's been catching hell from the left because they're blaming him on holding up military promotions over a policy debate that they're having, a policy issue he's having. It's not a debate. It's not open to debate right now because, nobody wants to do anything about it. But Tuberville is trying to at least bring it into the conversation, I think, by doing what he's doing. So what's he doing? He is refusing to broadly vote on a bunch of people that get put before the Senate to be promoted within the ranks of the military. Now, all these people could be brought individually in front of the Senate. Yes, no, confirmed to be promoted. But typically it's not done that way because there's so many of them that they usually do it, a whole group of 50 of them, 100 of them all at one time. And, they get the rubber stamp and promoted. So Tuberville, he's saying not so fast. Until the federal government removes this policy that they created that allows any member of the military to be refunded for traveling out of their state to have an abortion. I don't know why I hesitated there, but just trying to figure out how to word it, I guess. But if you are in the military and you are seeking an abortion and you live in a state that it doesn't allow abortions or has, certain restrictions after a certain amount of weeks, and you do want to go ahead and kill your baby, the federal government will completely refund you, reimburse you your time off, plus the money that it took you to go travel and to pay for the state-run murder of your baby child. That's what your tax dollars are going to fund. That's what your tax dollars are being used for. And the left likes to frame this as, Tuberville's holding up our military from being ready for combat, for being, ready to, act if we need them to. These people have nothing to do with it, and you're holding up someone's promotion, all because you're trying to play politics with it. And to that, I say, F off, people. Get out of here. Who's playing politics with it? You guys could change your policy. Why would you reimburse somebody to go travel to go get an abortion? Again, if they want to use, I'm not in favor of abortion, obviously, but if somebody wants to use their own 2 weeks vacation time and go take a vacation to New York to have their baby aborted 6 weeks after it was born, go for it, because that's what they allow you to do in New York. But don't give them back the 2 weeks vacation. Don't give them back the money they spent to go travel to go do it. Why is that something that the federal government needs to accommodate for somebody? It is absolutely absurd and ridiculous. And I tip my cap to Tuberville for taking a stand and getting this issue out into the light of the public here. Otherwise, we wouldn't know that this is what's going on. People would be in the dark. And the sad thing is, he can't even get full support from all the Republicans on board with him. He's got Mr. Bomb the rest of the world, Lindsey Graham, willing to side with the Democrats. I think we have a clip of him, Juice, trying to act like Tuberville's the one in the wrong here.
Mr. Lindsey Graham?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see what he has to say.
You've just denied this lady a promotion. You did that. All of us are ready to promote her because she deserves to be promoted. She had nothing to do with this policy. Let me say it again. Everybody in this body could find an issue with any administration they don't agree with. And what we're going to do is open up Pandora's box. Today is abortion policy. If we take back the White House, we'll go back to the Mexico City policy, limiting dollars to be given to overseas entities that are engaged in the abortion business. Some pro-choice people don't like that. What would happen if they put a hold on all the officers because they don't agree with the Republican administration? There's a reason this has not been done this way for a couple hundred years. No.
What a squish, huh?
That's a loser.
He really is. And what is he talking about? If we do this, that's going to open Pandora's box. The Democrats already operate like that. They do what they want to do. When they have control, they use the power of government to their advantage. They are unafraid, unashamed to promote the things that they want to promote, that they campaign on, that they want to push the agenda.
My thing is, that's crazy about it's not about you can't do it. It's you're just not going to get paid to do it.
Exactly. And that's where I'm at. Again, I'm of the mindset that I think it's murder. It's a human life in there. So it's, there's not much of a debate for me, but I understand that that's not the popular, most common viewpoint, and that's okay. We don't need to get it all at once. But like you just said, why are you going to reimburse somebody to go do it?
Popular thing might say that you shouldn't get paid to go do it and take the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the average person would say, okay, I can get down with do it on your own time,
Absolutely. Are you this is
do that, the time and time policy.
Time and time. This is apples and oranges. It's not the same, but are you gonna reimburse someone who goes to get breast implants after they go do that, or are you gonna reimburse?
Depends on what they look like before. Just kidding.
But you could play this game with anything, what are we doing here? So for Lindsey Graham to just completely just throw his morals out the window is a joke. And that guy calls himself a Republican. Crazy. I think we have. Yeah, it was. And
Isn't he?
not a
From
fan.
SC?
South Carolina, yeah.
Were you even long enough for a
I never
a
voted for
election
him.
cycle?
I did do an election. We did do one election, but he was not on the ballot at that time.
All right, you want to see a conflicting?
Yeah,
Right.
I'd like to see
Okay.
someone who actually knows what they're talking about and might be running for second place in the presidential Republican side of things, Mr. Ron from Florida. I think he had a great answer about this.
Long second.
Republicans yesterday, many of them, Senate Republicans, spoke out against Senator Tommy Tuberville's blockade on military promotions. They were extremely clear on how they felt. They said it was stupid, that it was insulting to members of the military, it was hurting them, and it was also doing President Xi's bidding. So do you agree that Tommy Tuberville should lift the blockade on military promotions? Do you agree with Republicans in the Senate?
Actually, I think that what the DOD is doing, I don't think they're following the law with respect to the abortion tourism. I don't think taxpayer money should be spent on that. We have a very weak defense industrial base. We've got huge problems with recruiting. And so their focus on that, I don't think it's consistent with the law. I also think it's misguided. I would also point out that you can promote people on an individual basis. I think the Senate has decided they have not wanted to move a lot of those. But if there's people that are mission critical, they can move it in spite of what Senator Tuberville did. But I think fighting back on the Pentagon going outside the boundaries of the law, I think that's Congress's appropriate role for oversight and checks and balances.
But to answer the question, do you think that Senator Tuberville should lift the blockade that he's put on military promotions?
No, because I think that we're trying to force a change in Pentagon policy to conform them to the law, while at the same time he has allowed individuals to be appointed. So if there are mission critical promotions, bring them before the Senate. I think he's been very clear that that's appropriate, and I know that they have done that.
Yep, 100%. And I love that. You know what you're doing when you can throw around good terminology like that. Mission critical. I'm like, okay, paid more attention when I heard that.
It's Tuberville.
Tuberville.
Yeah.
But he's 100% right. And we touched on it already, so I guess I don't want to beat a dead horse here. But, if that person was absolutely necessary, they really needed it, they could bring that individual up in front of the Senate to have them confirmed on a one-on-one basis. Nobody's stopping that from happening. So
22 minutes in.
I love it. Jam-packed. Turkey Day, baby. All right, let's go over to the next one. We wanted to talk about my favorite company out there, the Daily Wire, and how they created and finally launched their kids' content called Bent Key. And it's a whole separate app. Me and Juice are Daily Wire Plus members, so that came free to us as part of our membership, no additional cost. If you want to sign up for it, it's just $90. Type in code KNOWLES at checkout for an extra.
And this is brought to you by Good Ranchers.
Yeah. And Helix Sleep. When you want to sleep and get rested the night before Thanksgiving, check out Helix. We're just doing this stuff for free right now, ladies and gentlemen. Remember this once we make it. So Bent Key, I think is a great idea. And, me and Juice, maybe two of the biggest Disney guys out there. And we have gone to Walt Disney World a handful of times, more than a handful of times. We've been there together before. We've been there with our children. We grew up watching all the content that they provide. Some of the greatest children's classics of all time are all under that Disney umbrella. And we're disgusted with the direction that the company has gone. And Walt Disney himself would be rolling over in his grave right now with his gray wool and his cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He would be bull right now if he knew that his company was being wokeified from the inside out, getting their not so secret gay agenda slipped into their content, having full men with beards dressed as princesses greeting your little 5, 6, 7-year-old daughter while they're trying to get made up to look like a princess. That's the way this company's going right now, and it's pathetic. It's a joke, and it's insulting to its audience. It truly is, and that's the reason why I wanted to highlight Bent Key real quick here. We do have a little trailer for their content, and again, like if you were members like me and Juice, I think it's great. My daughter's already watched the show Chip Chilla, the whole thing. It was awesome. It was, good quality programming. And I'm not, under the illusion that anybody listening to me right now is going to go out and order this. And that's not why I'm trying to tell you about it either. I don't really care if they make a lot of money off of it. I really care because they're doing something to try to change the culture. And that's what I think is important. They're offering an alternative, which is great. And that's what we need. We can't just throw our hands up. Oh, Disney sucks right now. We're screwed though, because there's really nothing else out there. So Bent Key at least is that option of maybe there is something else out there. As they grow, maybe they will start producing cartoon movies like the ones we grew up with. And they're just normal, fun movies geared for children. No agendas hidden in them. And they even pride themselves on not trying to have like a secret conservative agenda attached to these things. They just want to be normal, regular stuff. If you think it's a conservative agenda that you just have a normal mom, dad, and brother or sister in the family, so be it. That's just normal America for you. Sorry. Not every family has 2 moms and a dog in a wheelchair. It just, that's the aberration. So sorry.
Odie boy. Odie. Remember this?
Which
Michael
one?
Scott or whatever. Michael Scott. Odie boy. Not
No,
Michael
what
Scott,
was that?
but the guy who did a 10-minute eulogy for
What?
his dog. John.
Odie. Oh, yes. Yeah. Scott Van Pelt.
Odie boy. Yeah. Michael Scott Van Pelt. Odie boy, waiting in the chair.
Michael Scott Van Pelt. I love it.
All right,
You're right.
trailer.
So
Let's go.
yeah, let's show you what Bent Key has to offer.
Hi, you made it.
Oh, hello.
Wanna play?
I've seen enough. These 2 are ready.
Ready or not, here we go. Please keep your arms and legs inside the cart at all times.
Hurry up, the party is starting soon.
Yeah! Follow me! Where is he going? We're going on a treasure hunt.
We're exploring the wild blue yonder.
It's Chilla time!
Pretty incredible. It's unbelievable.
Whether big or little or big, we all have fabulous adventures together.
Wow! It's time to head off for adventure. Look around you. All we need is a bit of music. Drum solo.
Imagine this.
All I see is adventure.
Adventure. Good stuff. I believe the dad from that Chip Chilla show is Rob Schneider too.
Yeah, like
You can do it. That guy.
cut
Hip hop.
his head off.
Hip Hop Anonymous. Remember?
You give him all the
Delivery guy?
easy ones.
Yeah, my man. I love it. But who's actually becoming more outspoken conservative
Yeah, dude,
himself.
he's been great. the
Moved
last
out of
couple years.
California. Like he's good people. So that's it. I kind of gave you my spiel, what I think of that. You have anything you want to add about that stuff, Juice? I'm sure you're happy that they're giving us
Yeah, no,
something.
I'm all for it. I haven't checked it yet. But we're going to, and love that there's an alternative.
Absolutely. Good stuff. All right. Shifting gears. Let's talk about the possible soon to be vice presidential candidate, Miss Nikki Haley. I don't know if Trump would take her or not, but she did work for him at one point. So maybe he would like to add a woman to his ticket. Nikki Haley has been kind of getting some flack lately because of something she said about the internet and the Twitterverse and social media.
Yeah, rightfully so. This is
What do you got for us?
I'm this one gets me going though. But
Okay.
like I think built into free speech and things like that is anonymity.
Nice.
Anonymity.
You got it.
You being
you hit
anonymous.
it.
No, I feel like Finding Nemo. Anemone. Anonymity. Anonymity. But you know what I mean? Like you can be anonymous to like otherwise people don't speak up if you can't. Do you know what I mean?
No, I absolutely know what you mean. I'm holding.
Let's just show it real quick.
Okay.
Go right to it. Let's see what she has to say.
When I get into office, the first thing we have to do, social media accounts. Now on social media, companies, they have to show America their algorithm. Let us see why they're pushing what they're pushing. The second thing is every person on social media should be verified by their name.
Oh, Nikki G.
Let's see what G has to say.
Oh.
Let's see what she really had to say.
Okay.
Same thing. I think
when I get into office, the first thing we have to do, social media accounts, social media companies, they have to show America their algorithms. Let us see why they're pushing what they're pushing. The second thing is every person on social media should be verified by their name. That's, first of all, it's a national security threat. When you do that, all of a sudden people have to stand by what they say, and it gets rid of the Russian bots, the Iranian bots, and the Chinese bots. And then you're going to get some civility when people know their name is next to what they say.
Accountability.
And they know their pastor and their family member is going to see it. It's going to help our kids, and it's going to help our country.
All right. So let me say something real quick, Juice. I know you want to give. Oh, I want to hear more from you on this one because I think you made some great points there to start this, but I will lay my cards on the table. I specifically held back when having you grab that clip for me to prep it because I wanted to have this debate with you on the show. But I actually agree with her. I really do, and I need to put a caveat. Thank you. On that statement, because I think where she gets it wrong is I don't think that's our government's job to control that. That's where, that's the danger of it. And that's what is not sitting well with me. But her overall point about people's names being attached to their, having to stand by the words they say, I think would be a good thing in getting rid of the fake tough guy bravado that you see on the internet. Now I'm all for I get I created a fake name to write a blog because I worked for the city of Boston and I didn't want that to get seen by, the powers that be and lose my job over it. So I understand that. So
think about
I don't have a perfect solution.
Possible scenario though. It's
absolutely
no one's going to speak up because everything's tied to everybody. And then so you kind of have to be.
I know that's why she misses it because it's almost like my thought on this one is usually what I get annoyed with libs about and the left is all the stupid stuff you advocate for and you say would be great in a utopia world that you take out human instinct and everyone just lives in a kumbaya, we're all nice to each other world, but that's just not the world we live in. So I feel like this is kind of where the thing that I'm saying is not really realistic, although I just hate the keyboard warriors, I think. So that's why
but just don't be hurt by somebody who types something, sticks and stones.
No, I get that. I do. I get that, but it's just it's tough. Because like I said, it's not the federal government's job to go out and to police that, and that would be dangerous. It really would be, and that's why she's catching flack for it. But just her overall point, and even the point she made about your neighbor and your pastor would know what you said if you're out there just being this degenerate, I look back on things I've said on this podcast. I'm even not that I've said anything vicious, but just a crude joke that I might have made or a couple of harsh swears here or there.
Your name's attached to it. Your name's
my name is Mr. Anonymous there.
Just the anonymity.
I love it.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, that's
You got a lightning
that's
round
where
or something in you?
we do have a lightning round, but I guess Haley's getting
You're gonna have to
trashed
take
for it.
everybody's names first. He's gonna have to.
Yeah. Before,
make
if
sure
you
you
want to
get
come into the
names.
lightning round, I need your name and address, okay?
Yeah,
And
send
then
him
we'll
a
give you
picture of your
access to
ID
it.
if you want to comment on the video.
Please. All right. Let's jump into the lightning round, Juice.
Remember that guy who said back, not good, but that's okay. Like he
Not
should be
good,
able
that's
to.
okay, Mr. Pizza Guy or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, who was that?
Not great, and that's okay. And
Yeah.
he should be able to say that.
He should be, but I wish he put his name to it.
Mhm.
Really see who's great or not. No, I get it. Remember my guy, the guy that emailed me and said, "Oh, I got your card. Like, I work for like
You
this
can't
big
say it,
company. I
yeah.
can't really disclose it. I have to deal with customers and stuff." So I get it. I do. I'm just saying, like, it's more so.
Anti-free speech is what you're saying.
It's more like no. It's more like like I said, the keyboard warriors, like the people who try to trash someone or get into an argument like on Reddit with somebody, but like would never say anything to someone's face if push came to shove.
So you don't care about if they need to be anonymous or not, but it's like maybe you have to use your ID to buy a keyboard is your thing.
I'm okay with something like that. Or I mean, if you expand
they can
that
say
thought,
whatever they want, but
if you expand the thought into like the way like porn on the internet is not regulated at all, but like if you had to actually type your name in there and put like a credit card on file, like even if it was still free, like you could access it free, but you had to like put like an address and a name on there, how many people would not bother doing it then? Or not like, oh, I don't want people to know that.
I don't know if that will stop, because I don't think they're publishing that list, but I think that should be implemented to stop children from seeing it.
Hell yeah.
I'm pro
Absolutely.
that. But I don't
Absolutely.
think it's gonna.
No, but
I don't
it doesn't
think
go
you should
anywhere
have-
because adults don't want to take the time to do that. They're like, oh, I want to be able to view my porn in private and not have to go through that step. So I'm willing to sacrifice my children and your children and everybody else's children to be able to just Google something and pull it right up.
Let's move on.
All right.
But yes. I guess.
Who do we got? We got our man.
Lightning round?
The next president in the lightning round, right? Isn't he leading it off for us?
Yeah. Donald J.
The former and the next Donald J. Trump talking about.
Can't put two sentences together, and he's in charge of nuclear warfare. Oh my! No, but 3 days ago he got off the thing, and I see a stairway there. I see a stairway there. If I had to, I'd jump right off this front of the thing. We could make it. It's about 4 feet. I think I could make it. I mean, it's better than looking around driving in circles. I'd rather do that than do that. You just jump off and you pretend it was like just normal. Because did you ever see him though? He finishes, and by that time all the stuff is worn off, so he's totally incoherent. And he goes, thank you. All right? Where am I?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
This is funny.
It's so great. That was perfect. I know people hate him. Like it's either
How did I get into
How
this
do you-
press conference?
Oh, it's awesome. But it's great. And I love the point that he makes there too, with like he's saying like, oh, there, if I jump down there, and I wasn't where I was supposed to go, just go with it and just act like that's what I was supposed to do. Nobody will know.
I'm not convinced that people hate him. He's hilarious.
No, he is hilarious. He's unbelievable. That was great. And that clip ends with the whole crowd just Trump. We love Trump. We love Trump.
I got that off. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. No. It's great. But It just shows you like most charismatic president we've ever had, easily. And that's a great point. All right, next, who do we got?
Oh, we got what's his name? Gavin Newsom.
Oh, yes.
The next Harlem Globetrotter. Watch this. This kid plants his feet, by the way, if we being honest.
I got you.
I'm sorry, that's incredible.
Dude, he throws the ball. He doesn't even spin it doesn't get it one rotation.
Oh man.
Harlem
I just have to say, if you're still watching or listening to us on Apple or Spotify, please go to the YouTube page. Please look this up on YouTube, and even if you have to fast forward the rest of the episode, get to this stuff because that clip alone is well worth it. You have to see that. Like Juice is saying, trying to spin the ball on the finger and it going nowhere. And he takes that kid out.
Yeah.
Absolutely destroys him and then tries to play it off.
I don't know who he took out. I don't know who he took out quicker, that kid or the homeless people in San Francisco.
True. When G was coming. Oh, did you hear the comment he said too?
Like, he's like, yeah, you got to clean up. People are coming over. Thanksgiving. You've been prepping all day, right?
Yes, I have been prepping all day for tomorrow. But imagine using that analogy. Yeah, my house isn't a pigsty leading up to it. I don't have crackheads laying on my dining room floor.
All right, moving
Crazy.
on. I got this lady from Ohio. Is that still relevant?
Okay. Oh, yeah, the Ohio. Ohio passed a measure. I think it was like 2 weeks ago now in the elections that just happened that allowed abortions in the state. And this clip here that we have is the celebration that took place after this ballot measure passed.
Abortion is health care. And abortion access is the law of the land in Ohio. Tonight, Ohioans United for Reproductive Rights passed Issue 1 and put Ohioans back in charge of their decisions about pregnancy and abortion. Together, we successfully enshrined the right to reproductive freedom into the Ohio Constitution.
Whew.
Freedom.
That's some satanic stuff right there. That's that demons in those people's souls. And again, I know it's where we have a pretty strong viewpoint. Our stances are kind of, I guess in the minority. Because most people, I think, support some sort of up to a point where no, never, not anywhere. no, just I can't justify it ever. But that's the minority viewpoint. But the thing that always boggles my mind is the outward celebration and joy expressed for the allowance of literally ending the life of a human being inside.
Safe, legal, and rare.
Yes, thank you. It's something that even if you do support it, if you do support a 15-week, which is 4 months, right? 4 months pregnant. That's kind of, I think 15 seems like to be 12 to 15 seems to be where most people fall. And that's a long way into a pregnancy. And
even if you support that somewhere, I don't know how you fall somewhere.
I know.
This one for me is down the middle.
It's black and white. It really is. If you think it's wrong after 15 weeks, there's a reason why you think that's wrong. All you have to do is get there 15 weeks earlier to be like, it's the same reason. It's just 15 weeks later or whatever.
Yeah.
So
it was always a baby.
Exactly.
Pump cells. Yeah.
Exactly. So the fact that somebody would celebrate like that and express joy over it really turns my stomach.
Let's go.
Oh, crazy. All right. Speaking of which, that might make me that might make me cry. But we do have some guys crying over just simple college football. I think we might have a little something going on here.
Kid. Whatever. Is he a Heisman?
He's the Heisman winner last year, Caleb Williams. He's expected to be the #1 overall pick in the NFL this year, and he lost a regular season game to the University of Washington.
This guy is hyperventilating.
This is how he reacted.
He's hyperventilating.
Yes.
Over the game.
To his mom.
Any audio here?
I don't know if there's any audio, but I don't even know if you can hear us.
Mom, we lost.
Bawling uncontrollably. Sobbing.
So
absolutely sobbing in his mother's arms. That's his mother, hiding his face with a poster board. Guy's stomach.
Yeah, why hide it if there's...
Yeah. His stomach looks like...
I never agree with crying on TV about the sports game.
No. And
zero.
And again, ever. I'm not even trying to say like I'm Mr. Macho. I'm a bitch when it comes to movies. At times I'll cry in a movie. Get a tear in my eye every time when the bell rings for Clarence.
Clarence is... Okay.
Extenuating circumstance.
Right, but yeah. It's about top 5 movie of all time.
But yeah.
But not like crying for Titanics and all this.
Not anymore for the Titanic for me. Wizard of Oz might still.
I got another guy crying.
Out of the Scarecrow. But you got another guy crying?
Yeah, I got another guy.
Congratulations first on the win. To say that this has been a crazy 24 hours for your guys to win on the road in this environment when there were doubts. Jerome, what does it mean to you?
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. Did this for you. For this university, the president, our AD.
Where did all the masculinity go? Isn't football a masculine sport? Men.
Dude, if I was Harbaugh, I'd put him in the stands at the next game.
Trying to videotape somebody. Yeah, crazy. I mean, I know we're crossing sports here and everything, but like, couldn't these football players learn a lesson from, the ladies in a league of their own? What Jimmy Dugan had to say about them?
Jimmy pedophile here.
Are you crying?
No.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Why don't you leave her alone, Jimmy?
Oh, you zip it, Doris. Rogers Hornsby was my manager, and he called me a talking pile of pig shit. And that was when my parents drove all the way down from Michigan to see me play.
Zip it, Rosie. Though, for real, like forever. Right? Is she still alive?
I think so. Trump loves using her as a punching bag.
I thought you were going to be like, dude, you can't say
that. But he puts her in her place there in that clip. Zip it, Doris. I love that. But come on. Are those guys men or are they blubbering babies crying over a stupid football game, college football game? Be passionate, want to excel, but come on, guys, man up a little bit here.
If anything,
we got one more, right?
Football game than a pro football game, though.
You would? I don't know.
I don't know. I just don't like pro football.
Yeah, college is definitely better. All right.
No, we don't have one more that was gone.
Oh, we don't have it no more?
We don't have she don't take him there.
Okay.
No,
all right, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
We don't have the Trump, the Latinos for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great clip too.
I know, but it was. Yeah, we'll
got
take
lost.
That offline. Yeah,
that's all right.
No,
That's
No
what
loss.
happens.
It was just a dead link when you sent it to me, and then.
Okay. No worries. That's what we get. We prepped it like 3 weeks ago, and we're finally getting ready to record today. All right, great. Well, that'll do it for the lightning round then. I think the last thing we get to do here is bring everything home with a good old-fashioned "Come on, man" segment of the day. Is that correct, Juice?
Yeah, this guy is out of control.
Out of control. And you guys know what the Come On Man's all about, right? It's sponsored by Buc-ee's, and it is just one of those clips where even though we're going to make fun of this person and razz them for a good couple of minutes, we really have nothing else to say to this guy except, come on, man. So that's where it all came from. I do want to remind you guys, please subscribe to the show. I know, like I said at the beginning, we haven't been super consistent with our recording schedule, but we still need your support. Follow us all over the place. Apple, Spotify, you miss out on the clips. YouTube, Rumble, you get to see the clips, see our smiling faces and our American flag backgrounds and all that good stuff. So please jump on board, help us out. All right. So this Come On Man is I think I titled it, "Ugly Dude Dressed as a Girl Complains About Being Called Sir." That might sum this up, right, Juice?
Yeah, and this guy, maybe I'll wait till after you see it because I have a couple of things to say. You want to see it?
I kind of want to hear what you have to say. What do you got?
I was saying, like,
give us a snippet.
I'm saying you haven't seen. Okay, sneak preview is like when you see this guy, like the hairstyle, like nobody's done that since the '80s or something. Like he's not even like makes me think that like, oh, you don't believe you're a girl or this or that. Like, it's, and he has
doing
every
it for a
girl
reason.
ever doesn't mean that you do a tube top every single time you go out.
Thank you.
And then have this thing, and then it's out of control.
Trying to provoke a reaction from people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to see it?
Let's see it.
You want to see it? Now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
All right.
Looks like he's having a nice feast.
She, her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
But it was not all good.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir. Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just going to go. Okay. The Sweetwater starts at, okay.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
It's just always like a knife. It always hurts every single time. I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened. Yeah, I was called sir.
Oh, okay.
It just really sucks every time it happens.
Sorry about that.
I don't need to be called ma'am. I just need to not be called sir, you know? Thank you. Did you call me sir? I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir.
What?
Called me sir.
Oh.
It's just like, it kind of just hurts a lot to get called sir.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
Very good. Thank you so much. No, yeah. Thank you. I'm not a sir. Nothing like a good misgendering. It is a knife in the gut when I get called sir. I feel like I need to tell him. I need to tell him that hurt. It hurts more when it's not intentional because it means like this is sir to him. I know you didn't mean it, but I'm not a sir.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I know you didn't mean it. It's just, it hurts. I know when people clock me, it's fine, but like it does kind of hurt. Thank you. I'm not sir.
Oh, sorry.
Not sir. Not sir. But the guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
Okay. I'll let him know that and
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Come on, man. What was that get up at the end?
Yeah, it's
full
French,
belly
French
exposed.
thing.
Yeah,
It's
with the
thing.
Julia Mejia hat on.
Yeah.
And the dog in the carriage. Oh, Come on.
Yeah, this is again something that gets me rattled. Dog mom, or don't dog dad. Fam, don't misgender him or whatever. When he's got misgender it, like in the most masculine, like
loves this.
misgendered.
The knife
right
in the heart.
gut. Right in the gut.
How
you see
about
his hair, like receding hairlines, like worse than ours.
Yeah,
and then tries to
ridiculous.
It was. How'd you call me? This doesn't scream. He said this, like, right? Remember he did this?
Yeah, this right here.
Doesn't show, like, this doesn't.
This is all lady. Yeah. Like, come on. You're doing this intentionally. I'm not a ma'am, I'm a sir. Pete Needy was all over that line. The misgendering 35 years ago during the Flock CD.
Not a ma'am, I'm a sir. Yeah. Right? What was that?
Like? Not a ma'am, I'm a sir.
All right, man. We'll get right on it.
The misgendering has been real for years, man. We were ahead of the game with this stuff, and that didn't cause World War III or anything. He just politely corrected the person, and that was it.
All right, like the feminist stuff, like, isn't that, or just like women in general, like, aren't you offended that, like, he's like, oh, how are you saying?
Yes,
like, because
you should absolutely be offended by that.
Gut? You didn't see this gut in this little 80s haircut with when they do the crimp. You didn't see my crimping
my crimp in my voice, my man voice. I'm a miss. I'm not a sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And he's like, can you get the waiter to tell him?
Yeah. It's like that dude goes around trying to provoke those reactions from people, like 100%. And that's the whole point.
We need to
of
tie
the
him to
camera
an
here.
We need to tie him to an ID.
Yeah. Yes, he needs it. He absolutely needs it.
Oh, we didn't misgender. Like, if we're tied to IDs, and then you can't switch the thing. Oh, I didn't misgender you because you're online and it's tied to your name. And now we need to get. But if you change your sex, whatever on the ID, so now that's why you got to have anonymity. Because, like, right, you get in trouble for calling them a guy.
I don't know. I think you should have to go by it. Go by a sir pronoun. Sorry, you can dress however you want there. You can do whatever you want to do with your dress, your tube tops, your stomach hanging out, your hairdo. But at the end of the day, you're still a sir. Like, sorry. If you don't want me, I don't have to address either one, I guess, if that's really part of the point he was trying to make. But, you can't play the victim card when somebody mistakenly calls you sir because you're clearly a dude.
That, though, like, whatever. Like,
did you hear what? Oh, sorry.
No.
Go ahead.
Oh, was it going to be good? What do you got?
I was just going to say, did you hear that one of those clips too? He said, I specifically asked to not be called sir.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to have the seafood platter with the, remember he had all those shooters, the oysters, and I'm going to be called Miss. Yeah.
Reservation for one plus a dog. Yeah, name's Jack. Don't go by sir, though. No, sir.
I'm going to have one woman. We don't care. Like, I'm going to have one woman, one dog. Like, table for 2 or table for 1.5. Like, we don't care. I'm going to be wearing my best bonnet or whatever beret. We'll both
I'll
be
take
wearing
a table
berets.
with a beret view spot for my dog, and no sirs in sight, please. Anybody, I want sir stricken from the vocabulary of anybody that's going to be waiting on me for the night, please. Oh, absolutely ridiculous.
There's a lot of like Hispanic people in food service.
Yeah,
you're seeing this, right? Like, what is that words that they say?
How they gender their language?
Yeah,
like I mean, the A for feminine, O for masculine, right?
Yeah. So what is it
Spanish?
Called? What would he or she be called?
Amigo or amiga, señorita.
Yeah.
Oh, hot tamala.
Oh, senor. Very nice.
Oh, hey.
Very nice. Now I'm doing very nice. Borat.
Gracias, senor.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. Yeah. What a great Thanksgiving. Well, that dude clearly dressed like a female, rip off of a female, I guess. Clearly a dude. You, my friend, have earned yourself one big fat classic. Come on, man. And I hope everybody has a nice Thanksgiving. I hope you do, Juice. Hope you do well. Win in that football game for me tomorrow, please. Take care of business. And I guess until next time we decide to do one of these, thanks for having us. Good night.
The Right and Wrong Show is produced by Juice. Executive producer, Juice. Audio mixer is Juice. Hair by Skull Shavers. Wardrobe and makeup by Ashley Ruka. Right and Wrong song created by Juice. The Right and Wrong Show is copyright 2022 from Brian Ruka.